stream. Go back into here. Looks like it's going. There it goes. Now we'll go into this one. That one should kick us back over where we're supposed to be. Okay. Well, all of that setup that was working just fine is now no longer working. Imagine that. That's hilarious, actually. Let's just see what happens in 15 seconds. I'm not going to mess with it tonight. If it kicks over to where it's supposed to and works, and everything will be fine. 2, 1, and looks like it did. Let me jump back over here to there and make that bigger. Check out that. Okay. Well, I see what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to get in there and change the background because we got a white background with white clock faces, and that's just not going to work. And I also see I'm going to have to go in here and make one slight little adjustment. You all know what day it is, so I'm going to get rid of the day. You all know what day it is.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to see.
Yeah.
Good evening,
So why?
Evening.
Hey, Josh.
Hey.
Let me figure out what I want to do here. So the clock looks like it's going to run. I need someone to say something in chat so I can test that out real quick, and then I think we will be up and running. Now, if I change the clocks, wow, I'll be damned, Greg. Look at that.
Ah,
You see it?
yeah.
Go figure. So now, I'm going to make some big adjustments here. I'm going to go with this one because I do like that one a lot better. But you know what's missing, don't you? Remember how we put everybody's name in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are missing now. But that's fine. I can seriously live with how that looks right there. So let me minimize OBS. That's cool. Greg Guy says, say something. Thank you, Greg. Oh, it's a little high. Oh, good. That balances out. Now I need to move this down, I think, just a tad bit, and we will be good. Yeah, I'm happy. That looks good. So we got 3 people in. That I can adjust as people join, and that's fine. Now I do know if I don't keep that active, that it will, and it might even do this now when I do this. I don't know. It shouldn't. It should stay the same, but we'll see. So, Josh, how are you tonight?
Good.
Did you get in on your own, or did the professor help you?
I've been doing it on my iPad. I've been doing it on my own.
All right. Well, the professor specifically asked for me to wait till 9 o'clock, which I did, because he had church, and apparently he's running a little bit late.
Yeah, I hadn't really talked to him much today. I talked to him when I came home, and I took him out.
Yeah, he said you were going to take a nap.
He said he was going to do something in my computer. I said, I won't take it if I don't do what he needs to do. And I took a nap, and that was the end of that. So I don't know what he did.
Oh, I have no idea either.
But I took a nap because we were up till like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I remember.
And I've been checking on my computer all day, like nonstop.
Where's it at right now?
It's not that far from my house. It's halfway in New Stanton, New Stanton, USA, New Stanton, Pittsburgh. Which I don't think is that far from my house.
It'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'm going down to get the webcam from my aunt so I can.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. You'll have a webcam tomorrow.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I sent you my old one next day air. It'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So you might have. Hopefully the camera gets there before the computer gets there. Not to be greedy or anything, but that way, once you get the computer, you don't have to wait on the camera, and you guys can get up and running, and we can do what we need to do. But yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna run my bell down there anyway. So it wouldn't be a wasted trip.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, if it gets there mid-afternoon, early morning, or whatever, you're going to be busy with the computer.
Yeah.
So, well, that's kind of funny. He said to wait on him until 9 o'clock, and now it's 9:10, and he's not here. Somebody better jump on the messenger and see what he's doing. That is really odd, Greg, that we worked on that like that, and when I went back to that other browser, and it changed it automatically.
I'm gonna take my pill and then I'll be back on.
I will be here. We're not going nowhere. Just getting started.
I knew that. It was nice to have one-on-one time with you. That's why I stuck around.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. Little long in the tooth, though. I didn't mean to go to 4 o'clock in the morning, that's for sure.
Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble getting up this morning, but I was all right.
I believe I told you you might have a little trouble getting up, if you remember right. I just made one last adjustment. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I did away with we all know what day it is.
It's the night before my computer arrived. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. I think I might have to adjust Newcastle upon time, though, or Tyne, whatever it is, and just try to get Newcastle in there. And then if I really want to be fancy, I can come in here like this. And in fact, you know what? I did away with, I can put that one back as well. But it's kind of redundant because Baltimore and Indianapolis are on the same time, so that's why I turned that off. Kind of silly to have them both going. It's not bad. I like that. Figure out a way to add maybe one more clock across the, one or two across the top there. I think we got something accomplished there, Greg. I think we did good.
Yeah.
Wonder if Kerry's still yammering on.
Well, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he was fixing, what's his name's wife's computer. The vet, I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, Marvin?
Marvin, yeah. Thank you. Man, getting old. But how many? Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Nah, that's fine. Waiting on my brother to give me a price on this tank I want to put back there. It's kind of what I wanted to get accomplished today, too. You see the little blue lights on. They really got a kick out of those lights. One blue, one white. And for some reason, they equate fish to being whales. And my youngest granddaughter goes, well, they're twins, so they're the same age. She goes, where are the whales? Let me send Alex a quick message here. I thought I seriously don't have a YouTube opened up? Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, you know what, though? I can't do that. Because if I go, or can I? Can I? Yeah, I might be able to do that. Of course, now I can't see the stream, so I don't know what's there, but it should be all right. It should have the clocks, or maybe it's got my Facebook. I don't know. Nope, still there. Good. So that worked. That getting this slowly together. It'll be fun if I do get that Stream Deck and setting all this up in Stream Deck. Seriously, it will be fun. There's Chris Garrett. Hey, Chris. The Zoom is up and running if you'd like to join us again. I don't have to run off this time around. Everybody's home safe and sound. BH Ringer coming in the house. Could be good to hear from him. Yeah. Well, he went out of town for a couple days, so. Oh, that's funny. The question is it truly BH Ringer?
It's me.
Hey, okay. Well, we've got a little prankster amongst us, and he's been doing some good things lately, humor-wise. So how you feeling?
Better. The spring fresh air is doing a lot of good.
Yeah, isn't that about to change, though? I know we're in for some bad weather.
Oh, God, I hope not. I've had enough of the other stuff you have to shovel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. The Texas and Louisiana, they got hit pretty hard with tornadoes and bad weather yesterday. Some devastating footage was shown. I think I'd rather have the snow than have that myself. I think I could deal with that better. So.
Well, the rain makes everything damn messy and muddy around here.
Yeah. Yep. Hang on a second. Let me answer my brother real quick.
It's supposed to be 71 tomorrow.
I don't know what we're supposed to be tomorrow. Doesn't matter. The shopping we were going to do today, we didn't do today. When my son said he was on his way over, then we hurried around the house and made it grandkid child proof as best we could. He ran that cable in literally 10 minutes under the house. Drilled 2 holes, stuck this funny looking rod down in one hole, put the cable down there. He says, I'll be right back. And I'm not kidding you. It wasn't 10 minutes. He was done. So.
What was the cable for?
I had the Ethernet cable literally coming out of the router, going up to the door frames, stretched across the room, and it wasn't safe. I mean, Lorna wasn't ever going to run into it by no means, but every now and then I had to watch what I was doing. So Chris and BH Ringer were in carries. Did you guys see when he was lambasting that one guy for wanting to change the thermal paste?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was all about.
Because Kerry doesn't change thermal paste, and he was going to let the guy know about it. I've seen him
change thermal paste many times.
Yeah, well, Catherine agreed with him. I was surprised. There's Kenny Witten. Good to see you. He says hello to chat and myself. Hello, Kenny.
Oh, Kenny.
You'll notice on the stream I added a new little thing with Greg's help today. We went in and modified the clocks.
I didn't do much.
Well, you pointed out some things to me. Don't sell yourself short. You helped out. If I did it by myself, I'm still doing it. You suggested the Control F, and that worked just fine, so that helps.
The clocks look good up there, Ken.
Pardon?
The clocks look good where they're at.
Thank you. Actually, Darren suggested I use this style of clock a while back, and I quite frankly forgot all about it. And he said something the other night about it. So I've been tinkering around with it today. We've actually been playing around with a lot of things. My camera went haywire. Remember last night when the camera started beeping, Greg?
Yeah.
Did the same thing again tonight. I don't know what happened. I had to shut it off and restart. So I have to look into that for sure. Yeah, Kenny said, yeah. Yeah, I was a little over the top. And then Kerry said, and I got to warn you, I have a short leash or short fuse when it comes to that. So I have repositioned the camera today. Yesterday I've got a new camera. I've got a C922 Pro. And yesterday I had it over on my tripod so that I thought when I looked at it I could see both screens, but I couldn't. I like it here a little bit better. I may get another one. What I can do, though, is I can turn that one on and then come over here and watch it won't work. I think this is what locked me up. Oh, there it is. So that's a little too far away, plus it won't automatically adjust. I would show you a third camera, but I'm sending that overnight down to Josh because he left his camera at his aunt's house. So I'm going to go back to the brand new camera. It's kind of silly to get a new camera and not use it.
Hey, Tim, is that coming by regular mail or FedEx or what?
UPS. I'm cheap.
Do you have a tracking number for that?
Somewhere I do, but two people have entered the waiting room. Okay.
Hey, the mighty professor.
Yep, there he is. I don't know about mighty, but turn that down there. Yeah, I was telling Greg I was watching it, and I came so close to saying something, but then again I thought, no, I'll just keep my big mouth shut, keep that to myself. Because Chris said something, and he got kicked out of the channel. I think it was last week. And he didn't really say anything that I thought was wrong. Hey, Alex, you're muted. He's pushing buttons.
I'm not muted.
Well, now you're not, but you were.
For some reason, my speakers had changed themselves from my actual speakers to my microphone that the speakers plugged in.
Welcome to my world. Remember how we worked today trying to get my notifications to work and they wouldn't work? I jump in the car, I get a notification and it works. I'm thinking, that's weird. They've worked ever since. They're working right now in the house. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. Weird. Really weird.
Maybe your phone just needed to find a different location to reset or something.
Well, I updated earlier this morning. That could have been it. I don't know. I really don't know. Doggone hair. To find the hat.
Professor, what did you do to my computer? I think you're in there poking around.
Oh, I was just looking at stuff. I didn't do anything to it. I was just looking to make sure that it copied the image over correctly yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will be taking that down to my aunt tomorrow. Because I originally was going to go out and grab the webcam, but Jim sent his webcam out in the mail. So I should have that tomorrow. and the computer's on its way, so hopefully I will have everything set up tomorrow.
Did you have a nice long nap?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, me and Jim were up till 4 in the morning. We were doing some one-on-one conversations, so that was kind of nice.
I was trying to get rid of the clock that's showing on the Zoom over the stream, and it looks like it's not quite there. That's the other thing I added, BH Ringer. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but in the upper left-hand corner, I now have the ability to put people's chat from the YouTube chat. I can post it in there.
Comments, yeah. That looks good, too.
Yeah, I kind of like how that looks right there. The next thing I'm working on is the green screen. Oh, and I've been talked into getting an Elgato Stream Deck. No comment from anyone on that one, Alex? He's busy looking at something.
Do I have the times without webcam?
No, they'll just probably knock on the door and drop it off. If that.
Okay.
No, I've not gotten a graphics card yet. I did kind of, sort of, more or less get permission from the boss tonight to get a graphics card. We kind of negotiated. We're not going to get a new TV, but I might get a graphics card. So now that I'm not getting a new TV, I may just get a really good graphics card.
Prices keep dropping.
Yeah, I need to get with Jim. Let me look at something real quick over here. Hopefully that doesn't screw the stream up. Yes,
No Gary tonight so far.
So far, that's just Greg, BH Ringer, Josh, yourself, and myself.
Oh, thank God.
You know, I just looked at this 10 minutes ago. Now I can't even find it. I swear I'm losing my brains. Okay, there's the green screen. There's the green screen.
Everybody looking forward to the unboxing tomorrow?
I am. I don't know about everybody. Yeah, it's still $259.
I am.
I'm looking at an EVGA GeForce GTX 1650, 4 gigabyte of RAM, and it's $259 right now. So I'm just kind of playing the odds a little bit to see if the price is going to drop down.
So hopefully you get it before 7. Hopefully you get it before 7 o'clock at night.
Or if you don't, hopefully you can wait until you get it before you do the unboxing. Another neat little feature with this camera is I can change it around, pan it.
It looks better now than it did earlier when you were on that issue.
Yeah, I think we were doing something goofy, honestly. We just were hitting something right. So
I'm hoping I get the webcam both.
yeah,
I get the computer.
me too. Me too. But it's kind of out of my hands now. Oh, speaking of Jim, there he is.
Look.
Yeah, I think my ears might have been burning.
Oh, that was good. There was nothing bad. I said I needed to get with you on the graphics card, and I think the other night, if I could find my note that is gone now that we child-proofed the house today because the grandkids come over to visit. They did really good. The only thing they got into that never even crossed my mind is we got this vase or vase, whatever you want to call it. It's about this big around, about this deep. It's full of pennies. We've been throwing pennies in there for years. And the one granddaughter found it, and now we've got pennies everywhere. Everywhere. You name it. they're there. Now, it was cute when she was taking it out of the vase and putting it in the teapot. It was cute when she was taking it out of the vase and putting it over here. But when she picked up a handful and went, whoa, that wasn't so great.
Oh yeah, we got one of those, but it's in my mom's bedroom and nobody's allowed in there. And none of the company's allowed in there when we got company.
Well, this is out in the front room, and there's just no way to hide it. So, Jim, you said the other night I would be good with 4 to 6 gigabyte for a graphics card.
Yes.
So the 1650 would be okay.
1650, 1660, either one of those is fine.
Okay, I'll just wait for the price to drop a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I keep waiting because it sounds like they're still dropping.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting. So Zeev Manor asked me to help Doug out with Zoom. He sounds great, but the rest of the participants sound metallic with an echo. So how does everybody sound over my Zoom?
Your Zoom is perfectly fine. I don't see an issue with that. I have not listened to it on YouTube, though.
Right, and I think he's watching it on YouTube, so hopefully he'll give me some feedback here in just a second or later tonight. And if it is, it's strictly by luck because I have not done any adjustment whatsoever on the audio. Hey, Jeff Ryman's in the chat room. Hi, Jeff. So I'll post that up there. This will be a good test of this right here. Okay, that works. No, it's off just a little bit. I was afraid of that.
I've been keeping an eye on the computer, Jim.
Oh, my goodness. Let me fix that.
All right. I had to mute my microphones so I could listen to the YouTube. Otherwise,
Yeah, that's always fun. So how does the YouTube sound?
sounds fine as far as I can see.
Okay, then I'll be glad to try to help him out if I can. So everyone is saying the sound from all are fine. Sounds good on YouTube. Okay, great. That's good. I don't know how I've managed to do that, but
Hey, Ken,
yes, sir.
Awful done.
there's some settings for your camera under Windows. If you go to Start, Settings, and then Privacy, you might want to check those settings to make sure they're turned on.
Tony Wallow says we're fine, and then it says start settings, privacy, and then from where go camera.
Yeah,
Allow apps to access your camera. Those are all on.
that's on. Okay, go down.
Camera is on in the choose what Microsoft Store apps can access your camera.
Okay,
Allow desktop apps to access your camera is on.
yeah.
Yeah, I think all that's good.
Okay.
Kind of like that over there, and then it comes over here. Kind of don't like that, but I'll take care of that later. That's something I'm going to have to work on. Yeah, I had to make one adjustment for the box in the upper left that puts the chat in there. It was off just a little bit.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
How are you?
Welcome back.
I'm good. I feel better tonight than I felt. Trying to get stuff, still trying to get DVR older DVR stuff transferred. I about got it.
Since this afternoon,
The green is gone out of my background again on YouTube. I noticed that.
the who? The what?
The green. If you look at my background, my virtual background on Zoom,
Right.
the virtual background on YouTube, the green is gone again.
Not necessarily gone. It's just not as bright, but it's still there. Oh, wait a minute. I don't like that there.
Jim, keep an eye on your mail. You could be getting something from me.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
Okay.
So, BH, have you heard from Blackwatch?
Nothing positive, no.
Oh, well. So the no news is good news doesn't apply here?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I seen him in Bonnie's the other night. He joined us the other night, and Hadn't been back since. Which is normal. I just hope that he's okay. God, this one thing of hair is going to drive me up a wall. Be right back.
Jim, I got the tool for those all-in-ones.
Yes, I mean, Josh, I would hope that you send out something like this to everybody, because I'm not the only one.
I didn't have no luck with that all-in-one I had, and I think I need that app. It's in the back of my truck right now. I'll be taking off tomorrow. But I might do a video. You gave me an idea. I might do a video of testing it.
I have your address, but I don't have anybody else.
Okay.
I have Jeff's address. You could be getting something too.
Very good.
But you and Jeff are the first people I follow.
Yes, the clocks are supposed to work. And when I refreshed that, they got to current time. I'm going to have to look into that as to why it was stuck on 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. I'm not sure why that was. So it looks like the second hands are moving now. So we'll give this a shot. This is where I believe a third monitor might come in handy, which I don't know yet.
What in the world is that?
Probably somebody chunking on some doggone Fritos again, would be my guess.
Okay.
So, Josh, when you go to chunk on those, mute your microphone, please.
Okay.
Yes, Chris.
What the hell? I forgot what I was saying now. Remember that night we were looking at that all-in-one motherboard that I had,
Yes.
and you said it didn't look like the same.
Yes.
That's the manual for it, but I don't think it's the same board. I honestly don't.
I would agree with that.
Doug was telling me in the email to look for, see if the pin settings were right, but that manual is different. I try to look at
Jim, you want to know what I'm eating?
Yeah, I knew what you were eating, but when you go to munch on those, mute your mic, please.
That's my dinner for the night.
Well, that's healthy.
Yeah.
You were going to say something, Alex?
I was just going to say I liked it better. I liked your camera better the other way.
You'd rather it be over at the angle?
I had it that way because I wanted to tell Jim what I was eating. Because he made a comment like, "What the hell was that noise?"
I knew exactly what it was from last night.
Right. I think we
When
all
Rick
did.
was on. When Rick was on.
So whose camera do you like at the other way? Mine or Joshua's?
Cautious.
Okay. Well, I kind of like how this is working tonight. This is pretty good.
What way do you like? What way do you like my camera? You like it with me and my mom, or you like my pretty face on it?
I like your pretty face on it.
Yeah. So I'm eating right now, and I don't want to watch. I don't think people want to see me.
No, we're not going to have any virtual food eating contest anytime soon. So that's.
What about Rick? He shows us his ice cream and his Chex Mix and.
Yeah, but he's got the blur. We can't really tell what he's doing. And Jim is having the steak and not stirred, or shaken not stirred, or stirred not. However that goes.
In this case, it actually is shaken, not stirred.
I feel like every time I come on Zoom, I got some type of food with me.
Gonna get fat.
Too late for me.
Yep, same here.
I'm trying to.
That
I'm trying to
ship,
put on weight, but
that
it's not
ship
working.
done sailed a long time ago.
I didn't authorize myself to get fat.
I wish it was that simple. Thanks, Steve. Thank you for being here. Good night. or good morning.
I didn't authorize myself to say skinny.
I
I was,
literally,
I was reasonably skinny until I was 30. After that, it went downhill.
I made it to about 50, but I played basketball until I was 50 years old, and that kept me in shape.
Yeah, I started putting on weight the day I stopped chasing women.
I
Yeah.
started putting on weight when I had to cook all the time.
Yeah, there's very little cooking that goes on in this house. If any cooking gets done, most of the time it's me.
That's the same way it was for me. She wasn't that good of a cook.
Yeah, my mom don't.
It's not that my wife's not that good of a cook. Her thing was, it's like, I cooked for my daughter for 18, 19 years. I'm done. So
My mom's, her thing is she just never liked cooking. So pretty much my whole, and don't take this as complaining because it's not, but pretty much my whole life I've survived on frozen dinners.
That's how my mother is. She don't cook no more. She cooked for me and my sister for years. And now she don't cook.
Don't mind cooking.
Yeah, it's all right.
Cleaning up part that I don't like.
I cooked Pizza Hut tonight because you guys knew I was going to lose that argument. Well, when my son called and said he was coming over, she comes in and she goes, "I'll go get a pizza." I'm like, "No, I'm not getting the pizza." No, I went and got a pizza.
Was that really Sam Lazard you turned out?
Yeah.
I did. And I will continue to do so. And if he's listening, and now he's, Sam, you might as well stop. Every time you come in here, I'm going to do the same thing over and over again. You'll catch the message, hopefully this time around.
Why is he doing that?
Because I won't let him on the channel. I don't want him on my channel. He's not welcome to be on my channel. And if he reports me to YouTube, so be it. As I've heard a few people say, and I'll go to this every once in a great while, it is my channel, and I will run it the way that I see fit, and Sam Lazar is not welcome on my channel. Rant over.
He was a bad, bad boy.
That's right. And he's in a long, long time out.
I must have missed something.
It's been a couple days, but you did.
Okay. Yeah. If you feel like it, you can fill me in later.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to ask last night. Was shipping costs covered?
Oh yes.
Good.
More than covered.
Good. Good.
Do you want it? Do you want any of it back?
No, I think your idea of dispersing it to those that donated is good. I like that idea. I mean, I appreciate.
I really wish you guys would put it back into the channel.
I don't know how to do that. Hi, Catherine. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, Catherine.
So, did Carrie in? That's why everybody's showing up now.
Oh,
I'm guilty.
No problem.
And the only reason I say that, Jim, is because I feel like that would be my way of supporting you guys. I mean, I don't have a lot of money, and I want to support my YouTubers.
Well, just showing up and participating is support enough for me. And again, I have no clue how I could apply it to what I'm doing that you guys would benefit. I mean, I got the camera. Now you get to see exactly how many gray hairs I've got, and there is a big white spot right there.
Time to get the hair done out.
Spare me. Spare me.
Put the graphics card so you don't have to make any.
Yeah, but you guys aren't going to benefit from the graphics card because we're not gaming. And it's my understanding that the graphics card will help out on gaming, but it's not going to help out on streaming. So
Streaming is not going to help one. If you decide that you're going to make videos and edit them and render them, then yes, the graphics
Oh
card
yeah,
can help.
yes, I'm clearly getting back into that actually. So yeah, I know it scares me too.
Hey, Ken, you said to remind you about the next time Jim comes on, you wanted to ask him about that other video card that he was recommending.
Oh yeah,
It was an RTX.
I don't remember. I didn't write it down. The only thing I wrote down the other night was he said 4 to 6 gigabyte, and I didn't write the rest of it down.
It doesn't really matter. What any card will do. I would avoid the latest ones that are out there.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically the, what is it, the 6500, the RX 6500. Don't buy that thing. It's a piece of crap.
Yes, I agree with Jim.
Give me a second. The RTX 3050 is probably okay, but I have a hard time with that one as well. I don't know that it's better than the 6500, but it's not that much of a step up. Yes, Josh.
I was gonna make a suggestion for the 40 green screen.
I'm sorry?
What it was the green screen that he wants to buy.
Oh, okay. Okay. That must be for you, Ken.
Yeah. So the GeForce RTX 3050, you said?
That's okay. It's better than the 6500. And it's probably one of the few reasonable cards, because it's probably within probably $50 of what the MSRP is right about now.
$389.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a $300 card or somewhere in that neighborhood.
8 gigabyte of DDR6, GDDR6.
Yeah.
So that would actually fulfill. Someone suggested earlier today that I look to the future a little bit. That would probably solve that problem, I would think. Okay.
Yeah, 30 series would at least get you, quote unquote, current, even though the 40 series is probably not that far off. Knowing NVIDIA, it's probably like 6 months away, but it's not going to matter.
Oh, it doesn't exist yet, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
Jim,
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Jim, would it not be better if Ken waited, let's say, another 4 months, and then when the 4000 series is released, the 30,000 get really cheap because they need to make space for the stock of the 4000 series, so we can have it at a better price, like maybe the 3060, 12 gigabyte, which would serve him really well, I think.
Yeah, I have a 3060, as a matter of fact. Yeah, probably. I would say if he doesn't mind waiting that long, that might be an option. Because I think the MSRP, the normal MSRP for a 3060 with 12 gigabyte is supposed to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about, I want to say about 420, 430, somewhere in that neighborhood. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can wait. I'm in no hurry.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of not buying the latest and greatest, quite frankly. When I go shopping to build a computer, especially if it's going to be a budget computer, I tend to build it based around either the previous generation or maybe even 2 generations back, depending on how much money I need to save. That's just
where is my computer at as far as those generations?
Your computer is an 11th gen. The current is 12th gen.
Okay, so I'm good for a long time.
You're good for a while.
Yep.
Thank you guys for that. I appreciate it.
Is the clock still running? I'm glad he pointed that out. Yeah, it looks like the seconds hand are still moving.
Either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to forward you an email that we have to put on the new computer. It's something that I do at the church. It's called, if they do it on Zoom, it's called LFS. We have to make up a notepad just like we do for everybody else, please.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
So, Alex, you need to get that down. If you're going to say, "Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?" Let's get it right now.
Hey, you talking to me?
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
We ain't right. Shoot.
Oh, what was your first clue?
Gee, I have no idea.
Well, thanks for joining us on YouTube. We're going to cut a little short tonight. We got some things to discuss. See everybody tomorrow night.
That's awful.
Now, I like the 2 hours. I try to get into the 2 hours. I think that's a good time to pretty much wind it down.
Did you start tonight, Ken, right when you texted me to?
No, you said start at 9 o'clock, and Greg and I, we sat there. We were watching our clocks and going 58, 59, boom, and we started right at 9 o'clock.
I guess I should be more specific.
You were specific. You said 9 o'clock. That's pretty specific.
Yeah, but it's 9 o'clock. If that stupid 12-hour system, you have 9 o'clock in the day. That's stupid. Now, let's all agree that the military system that goes from 00 to 2400 is the only good system for time. Yes?
True.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm used to it because of the ham radio stuff. So
Right.
That's
But
a standard.
I think Alex was going to say he was going to say closer to 10 after 9 or 21:10.
I was gonna say at least on Wednesday night, try to do 9:30 or 9:40. Try to do 9:30 or 9:45 because church lets out right at 8.
Okay.
And I don't get home, even though I'm only 5 minutes or less from the church, I don't get home until about 8:30. So
Writing that down.
Captain,
Yeah, let me write that down.
Captain,
Yes?
are you going to be around for the unboxing tomorrow?
Yes, sure. When is it? What time?
Well, we don't know yet. It's
We don't-
gonna
yeah, we don't
depend
know
on
the time.
when the package shows up.
Yeah, exactly, because UPS and FedEx, they all have this, be delivered from 7 to 7. Yeah, which one is it? It's 12 hours, right? Do you come in the morning? Do you come in the afternoon? Are you not delivering at all the next day, in 2 days? I mean, in Colombia, it can pretty much be anything, if you know what I mean.
Same here.
They're like pretty free, you know, their understanding of time. Yes?
Well, I'm hoping that due to Tim's generosity, I'm hoping to get his webcam before I get my computer.
Yeah.
Because with me, I left my webcam down at my end.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully it gets there. I mean, you would think. How did you send that, Jim? UPS?
Yeah, UPS ground.
Coming from the same.
UPS says by 7 p.m. tomorrow.
Right. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's like, yeah, but 7 in the evening, that's like a good timing, yes? Because maybe people go home at 5, yes?
Well, generally, if I'm getting something through UPS, especially if it's UPS ground, they will typically show up here around 4 o'clock. A lot of it depends on how far away you are from the center that the truck is.
Right.
You have the tracking number, Jim?
Oh, yeah, the tracking number, Josh has it. I'm watching it as well.
Okay, yes, good.
Can you have the tracking number for your webcam?
Oh, somewhere. You asked me that earlier. Yeah, let me think of where it's at.
I might as well just put myself in tracking mode.
It can't be between 2 and 5, because that's my nap time.
Well, let me write that down. Hold on. No streaming between 2 and 5. Okay, once Greg leaves tonight, we'll set the hours between 2 and 5 from now on.
It'll be as soon as he gets the package, he'll message me and we'll get it set up.
Oh, I'm still laying odds he's not going to wait to get the camera. I'm still putting odds that he's going to get the box and he's going to open it and then he's going to contact you.
Yeah, I kind of am too. Even though he says he's gonna wait, I don't. I kind of.
I'm telling you, if it were me, I'm going to open it, look at it, take it back up, and then do the unboxing.
I see Robert has joined us.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Ken.
Bloody hell.
Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert.
Y'all having too much fun.
Okay.
So we know he's watching, so we can't say, do you think we ought to send him a... What time is it in his neck of the woods, by the way? Oh, it's only 10 minutes till 2. Somebody text him. So,
There.
yeah. PH Ringer, if you wouldn't mind, forward that picture to me, please.
Okay.
And what we need to do is the next time we have him on here, of course, this is not going to be a big surprise because he's listening, but the next time he's on here, we all need to change our pictures to that picture.
Hey, what that is it? What that is it, Ken?
Huh?
What photo is it?
What's that?
The photo that he's
Oh, the one.
that he's talking about is the one that PH Ringer is showing right now.
Yeah, he's got a. Well, it's probably a screenshot of Darren.
That came off of the dovetail last screen.
All right, I don't want to go to that one because that'll screw up the clock. I know that, so I better maybe try to go to this one. And
Remember, Control F.
I don't understand this.
Last time I put his picture up there, he said, "Oh bloody hell, he's joining again."
Does anybody here have Dish Network?
We still do.
Yeah.
you have Dish?
Yeah, they done something else, Ken. I'm gonna explain. Y'all familiar with Hallmark Channel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been getting Hallmark Channel ever since I moved here in 2018.
Yeah, you got the 200 package.
Yes, but let me tell you what happened. Yeah, okay, let me tell you the story about that. My mother, about 3 months ago, my mother found a channel called Pixel on 388. This is the only one that provides that channel. It's a commercial-free channel. It's got a lot of shows like Hallmark does. And today, we've been getting it about 3 months, and my mother found it about 3 months ago. Today, all of a sudden, it went out today, 388, and I got in contact with Dish, and they told me that Pixel was part of the Dish movie pack, along with Hallmark and all that. And I told the lady, I said, well, I hadn't had the Hallmark movie pack. She said Hallmark movies and mysteries was part of that too, but I've been getting that ever since I've had Dish. And I don't know what's going on.
Dish does offer certain channels for free, for different channels, for a certain amount of time, for like a month or 2 or 3 months. They have like a free preview of
Right.
channels. If you're not paying for them, you can watch them.
But I understand that, but we've been getting Hallmark movies and mysteries, which is in that Dish pack, that Dish movie pack. We've been getting that for 4 years and haven't been paying the dish movie pack.
But that's a company email, I
Included in that.
I forwarded that
They
message.
said it's not in top 200. You have to pay separately for Hallmark movies and mysteries. It's not included in top 200. That's what I was told.
Well,
But I'm thinking they're trying to mess with me. You want me to pay more?
probably.
Well, they always want you to pay more.
They're
Yeah.
really losing out on the business now because of all the Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime and all that stuff.
Yeah, Jim, what happened, Jim, was yesterday when they came second time yesterday to change out the receivers, and the man messed up the pipes. I have water all in my front yard, even under the house, and I contacted Dick this morning, and they said they were going to credit my bill, but now, after I did all that, 2 hours later, I all of a sudden I lost that channel, and I don't know what other channels I lost. Now they're trying to say it, that I never had to have that movie package. It sounds fishy to me.
They have the right to change their packages anytime they want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's their way of getting that money back, though. They're crediting me.
So who all has Dish? I know Josh or Alex does. Do you have it, Greg? Greg does. Jim, do you have Dish?
No, we have Verizon Fios.
But if it was me, I'd cut it off.
Yeah, probably got.
Isn't it bad, Jim? Why are you using a Verizon.net email address?
Why wouldn't I?
I was just curious.
Hey, Gary left.
Everybody around here uses our ISP email address, or a lot of people that I know do, and I just don't think that that's a very good practice, because what happens when you move and just change ISPs? You lose that email address.
I'm only going to lose that email address if I get off the Verizon system, and that's not going to happen.
Alex.
That's number one. Number two. Sorry, guys. Number two. Verizon put all of their took all their email services and moved them over to AOL, which they own anyway. That's obvious. But they switched us over to AOL servers anyway. There's no reason for me to change it. I have a Gmail account if I need it, but at this point I don't need it. We're not moving anytime soon. My plan, quite frankly, is to die in this house. So,
Well, and several years back, we were thinking about moving to Texarkana, which would have involved switching internet providers, and at the time, and my internet company charges $2 extra, or $2 a month, just to keep the email address. So my mom would have had to pay the $2 a month to keep our email address that she's been using for 20 years through the ISP, or just switch over to Gmail or something.
well, the deal here is that the wife and I were originally on DSL, which was from Bell Atlantic, before the reconsolidation, if you will. And once that was consolidated, then we went over to Verizon.net addresses. And that's been that way easily for 20 years, and there's no real reason for us to change it. If it comes to that, then we'll address that at the time, but that's not a concern for me. All my email is done through POP3, so I keep all of my emails on my own machine. So I'm not worried about losing anything. And I have at least 3 machines that access that account at any particular time. So I have like 3 copies of my email. I'm not worried about if I have to move.
Oh, I was just wondering, could be a same issue around here with a lot of people around here. Even our preacher uses our ISP email.
Alex, I've had I got a Bill South email address. Last time I tried it, I've had it for years. I've had I changed when I moved to town. I used Charter, didn't have AT&T, and last time I tried it, it worked. So I don't think all of them don't cut your email off.
No, they don't. Not necessarily. They're hosting God knows millions of email addresses. Do you honestly think that they bothered to go look through each and every one of them to see who's active and who's not?
Yeah, no.
You could write a script.
They could write a script, yes, but that would require effort and pain and programming to do it.
I've still, they're not, Jim. I've still got access to my college email, and it's been in May it'll be a year since I graduated college, and I've still got my college email, and I'm still using the college, the version of Microsoft Office I got through the college until it deactivates because my email don't work and I'll have to pay for it.
Okay, folks, the shirt of the day. You ready?
Yes,
That's the email I forwarded that email to you.
I got it.
Oh, that's a long list.
I don't know why my face isn't popping up, but whatever.
I can't talk tonight, so I'm just going to stay quiet. I can't get out what I want to say.
I can't talk any night, but I don't let that stop me. It looks like the clocks are still running. Maybe I said that too soon. Are they running? Oh yeah, they're running.
I was
They're a
trying
little
to type a
small.
letter. Not send an email to these. I want this better to send it to regular mail or if it's better to send an email.
Are you sending them PDs as well, Jim?
Chris,
Yeah,
if you do that, send them both, but make sure that the letter is signed or recorded. Yes? So you have a receipt.
I'm typing it out in Microsoft Word and I'll save a copy of it.
You can also, in the email, you can also request, usually you can request the read receipt, so you see
How do you
if,
get that in Gmail?
sorry?
How do you request read receipt in Gmail?
I don't know, but there is an option.
That's a good question.
I would need to check it out because I don't use it very often. But there is an option. I have to check.
Hey, Tim, are you sending them PDs as well or just the webcam?
I'm still separating those. I'll get those out hopefully, let's say, by the weekend.
Okay.
I started going through them today a little bit. I'm looking for one specific one that I have. It's when my son was involved in a car accident many years ago. And I don't think anybody really wants to see those pictures. And I'm pretty sure it's mixed in there somewhere. So,
Chris,
hey, Gary.
Yeah.
got some problems with my. Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
type into Google read receipt Gmail. First one that comes up tells you how to ask for it.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to type this letter up and.
But I will tell you that I have mindsets never send one. Personal and work, so wouldn't do you any good. And number two, unless it goes to a complaint on a specific item, all requests for receipts on our mail, written mail, goes back under the signed part. Or anything. If it's legal, it goes to the office, so we deal with.
I don't think you can actually send an email. I think you have to go in and click the contact us, and it's like a form you fill out instead of an actual Gmail or email.
I don't know what you're talking about, what you're doing. You usually find somebody's email, but that's up to you.
I'm talking about when you go in and you put your name, put the subject, and then there's a box where you type, and you don't know the email address is going to.
No, but you've tried to find it yourself.
Yeah, that's possible.
No, it's probable.
Yeah.
Most of the time, isn't those emails like that? Most of the time, it's like info at whatever the business is .com or something like that.
Yes, whenever it can be info, it can be support, whatever their email is. I mean, these are huge email boxes. You don't know if they are even look at it or read it. Yes. I mean, if you want to cancel the service, I would really send both. Yes. And also include in the letter and in the email your contract number. That too, yes. So they do not have an excuse not to know what you talk about, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Would you take that solid state drive out before you move that computer?
You can if you want to. It don't bother me.
Well, it's not secured in, number one. Not secured in like the hard drive is.
Yeah, you can take it out.
Probably do that tomorrow. I just want to know what time everything's gonna get here, because I want to try and get that computer out of here.
So you're gonna give it to her tomorrow?
Yeah. That's the game plan. My luck, I'll come home and I'll make all my copies.
I need someone to put, and somebody don't put something in chat. Just say something in chat. And don't say something in chat. I knew I shouldn't have said it that way.
You don't like my chats?
I didn't say that. I need somebody to put something in chat. And I can think of about 6 people that are going to go, something in chat. Thank you, Robert.
I'm going to chat. I can do it right now.
What'd I tell you? The one I least expected. There we go. Okay, it works. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. And then someone's Josh.
What?
Okay, good. I didn't know if I screwed that up or not. I made a couple changes while I had the van up there, so I wanted to see how bad I messed that up. So good.
Yeah. Ken,
Yes.
I wrote the abbreviation for something in chat. Look at the YouTube chat.
You put something in YouTube chat?
Yes. Yes. The abbreviation of the.
Yeah, that. Okay, so here's how that will show up. If I try to, it shows up there, and if I put that over here, that will show up like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Something in chat, SIC.
Yep, something in chat. But if you put like an icon or something in there, or an emoji or something in there, it actually will not put it over there in that. It's really crazy. But right now, I don't have any more gimmicks up my sleeve. I like how this looks. The next thing I'm going to work on is the green screen. And my Stream Deck. And my graphics card.
And I know it'll benefit you, but
Yeah, you did, Tim. I just put
I
it in
want to
chat with you.
benefit the audience.
What's that, Alex?
How will a stream deck benefit the audience?
I don't think I said it would, did I? I just said I'm gonna get one. Did I say it? I'm not getting one. It won't. That's a good point.
You're not allowed to have anything that doesn't help other people.
Well, then I can have someone, we won't mention anyone's name, tell me to push the button, and then I'll have to figure out how to push the button. Hey, Greg, I don't want to point out your misspelling or anything because I can't spell worth a diagon either. But I'm pretty sure the word "right" does not have an F in it. Could be me. Just saying.
You're not gonna get the green screen.
Huh?
Like the 60s chat?
You're not gonna.
Oh, that's what it was. It's from the 60s. Yeah, I'm at about 95% on the green screen right now. And before the professor says anything, it's not going to benefit the channel. It's just something I want to do.
The 18th time.
No, I think the green screen will actually benefit the channel.
Oh my God, that kid wants to go in the waiting room so bad.
I vote for men.
Tim,
Yes.
put the money towards the green screen, please.
We'll get together and figure something out, Josh. Oh my gosh, I changed my position. Now I get to go play with another little toy I discovered.
Oh, God.
I want
Hey,
it to
Jim, I'm just being able, but what time tomorrow exactly is Ed getting there?
No clue.
No, it's got to be a time. What, 2:47?
Ken, somebody's begging to go in the waiting room.
I know.
No, it's
And it's not Alex reaching.
I know.
It's scheduled to arrive at my house by 7
7 what? AM or PM?
p.m.
Well, it could be AM though.
You could be.
You never know. AM, PM, Saturday, stupid.
Is that Central Time or Eastern Time?
Or Green
Eastern.
Okay.
Or Mountain Time?
Greenwich
It's
Mean
Eastern.
Time.
Yeah.
Never know. Standard Time. 5:60 AM.
Oh, it's so fortunate for some people that I'm not host right now.
You just heard all that thing up. Jim, I know you.
Would you like to be the host, Jim?
No.
It's been
No,
bestowed upon
that
me.
would be a very bad idea.
7 p.m.
No, I think people would understand the humor.
7 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, Josh, they know. Gary's just being a pain in the ass.
I didn't say that. I said someplace
I'm
else.
glad he said it and not me.
I said it.
I'm looking for my email that tells me I can't find it. Gosh
Hey,
dang it.
Gary,
Yes.
I have a question, and you're probably gonna hate me for this.
Already do.
But why don't we ever see your face on screen?
Because I'm not showing it.
Oh wow! Arriving by 9 o'clock tomorrow p.m. Can I do
What's coming by 9 o'clock tomorrow?
the camera?
PM?
That's what it says.
How did you ship the thing?
Amazon.
Okay, I can see that. I can see. Yeah, I ordered some ink.
I'm confused
Actually,
on
from my
that.
mother's
I'll just
printer
stay
because
confused.
she
Get back
doesn't
to
seem
what
to
I
understand the concept of you have cartridges that are dated 8 months ago when they expired, and they're only good for 2 years in the first place. So it gives you an idea how often she prints.
Most of the time when I order stuff from Amazon and it says it's going to arrive by 10 p.m., the day of it'll change it. It might say from like 3 to 5 or something like that, and it actually ends up arriving like, most of the time it actually ends up arriving like between noon and 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Well, I ordered ink for my mother's printer. I want to say something like 2 in the afternoon, and Amazon was like, "Well, we'll have that to you
between 5 and 10 p.m. today, same day. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't know that I needed it that quickly. And it wound up around 8:30, I think, is when it showed up. And I was surprised. I was like, wait a minute, all this is ink, and for some reason they did a rush shipment on it for some. I have no freaking clue why
I
they did.
have, they don't offer that service around where I live. And I was surprised if they ever do.
Jim, you could be out of ink. Yes.
Well, she was. Her problem was that the cartridges that were in the machine were dry. And then she had this other box of cartridges, which were as old as the machine itself, which had cartridges that had expired in August of last year. So those weren't working either.
Yes, of course.
Does she have an HP printer?
Of course she has an HP printer.
You might, if it's a semi-modern printer, you may look into the HP Instant Ink program, because HP will send ink whenever the printer says that, whenever the printer contacts their servers and says that it needs it.
And if my mother printed more than maybe twice a bloody year, if she does that, that might be of some use to her. But quite frankly, the printer itself was probably 3 years old. So was the spare cartridges when she bought the thing. So everything had pretty much expired and or dried out by the time she went to use them.
Yes. You know what I did after my last ink Epson? I bought the Samsung with toner. It's only like black and white, but it's enough for me because the things that I print mostly when I need to print are documents.
Right,
so
and that's what she was doing.
So the best thing, get her a toner, a printer.
A laser printer.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, if all you're doing is documents and text, a laser printer is all you need. Bloody hell.
Yes, bloody hell. Yes. And so far it's running well. Yes, I had to clean the roll. You know I don't know. There are 2 rolls in it. Yes, one gives heat and the other compresses. I had to clean the roll, but after I've done that, it's now much better than in the quality. Yes.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I can get the wife to understand the amount of money she's, pissing away in ink, because she does real estate and she has to print out stuff, etc. So she's fairly active. Most of it she does at work, but every so often she has to do it at home. And she's got an HP inkjet, and she blows through those cartridges in almost no time. I have to try to convince her that what we should do is replace the very old HP laser printer that we have, monochrome, and replace it with a color printer.
Yes.
A color laser.
Yes, exactly. Bingo. There you go. Correct.
The last time HP, my mom prints the bulletin for every Sunday at church, and she's printing about 30 copies now every Sunday, and the last time HP sent her ink, according to the shipment history, was, I believe, sometime in September of last year.
So I got a question for Jim. Did I understand you to say when you can convince your wife?
Yes.
When you get that accomplished, I need to know how you did it, because I'm in that boat too a little bit.
Well, I actually managed to convince my wife, after arguing with her for over a year, to replace her first generation Intel laptop. Okay? It took over a year to convince her, and I'm like, I don't understand why you're hesitant about doing this. First of all, this is like a 9-year-old bloody laptop that you're dealing with, number one. Number two, if the thing's got to weigh at least 5 or 6 pounds easily, so she's got to schlep that over her shoulder. She's like 5'2", 5'3". You know, it's not like she's a big person in the first place. So again, it took me close to a year to convince her to do it. Now she's got a laptop that's half the thickness, half the weight, at least half the weight, And it's like, you know, I turned to her one day because she has a laptop sitting in front of her on her desk. Even though she has a desktop computer, there's certain things she only has on the laptop.
Right.
And she's like, you know, when was the last time you charged that thing? It was probably like 2 or 3 days ago. I said, isn't it nice to have a laptop that lasts that freaking long? Because the battery that was on her, on the Dell, the old Dell that she had basically, you know, if you unplug it, about 10 seconds later, the damn thing had shut down. So it's just like
A year.
I don't know why you're dealing with all of this. You work in real estate. You can write it off on your taxes. For Christ's sake, get the laptop. She finally acquiesced. I think it was December. Yeah, in December she finally acquiesced.
She uses it for business. Yes?
Yes, she can write it off. I don't understand why she was hesitant to buy it in the first place.
It's not that she only needs it like every 2 months once. No, she needs it daily. Yes, she needs to do stuff on it. So it makes sense that she has a thinner, faster, more battery laptop. Yes, that she can easily take.
Yeah, I went on Dell's site and I looked for exactly what I wanted, which was an 11th gen Intel processor, 16 gigabytes of memory, and I think it was a 256 SSD. I think NVMe. And I'm like, okay, here's what I would recommend. Here's what it costs. Just pull the trigger. And fortunately, she finally did. So.
Thank God.
It's good.
I have volunteered my wife to go to Ukraine to show them the war. She hasn't lost a fight yet. Somebody let
A year. That's impressive because if I go about a week, she goes, I can't believe you're still bringing that up. It's been a week already. Oh, would you just let it go? A year? Man, bravo, sir. Bravo.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Josh wants to say something to you, I think.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Josh.
Would you recommend I go down and get that other webcam then?
Huh? What? One more time, please.
Would you recommend I go down my end and grab that other webcam?
No, I already told you I would just leave it down there. I would just save yourself $15 and not go get it. That way you've got a webcam where you're at now and you got a webcam down there. You've got a webcam on the way. Again, it's an old webcam and I apologize for that, but you know, you're going to have it tomorrow.
But what I'm saying is the webcam's not going to be here for 9.
We don't know that. That's what time it says it has to be delivered. It will be there tomorrow.
Okay.
If you're asking me what I would do, I'm not going to go to my aunt's house and get the webcam. No, I'm going to leave it at my aunt's house. And knowing I've got one on the way, I'm not going to go get it.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, we are creatures of habit. We're going to do what we're going to do. But if you're asking me, no, don't go get it.
Okay.
Josh?
Would you like us to vote on it and take a vote?
No. What,
Darn it.
You said you only have like one keyboard that is with the bigger keys and the bigger letters. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I would, if you can, just listen. Get another one, because the moment yours should break, then you have a backup. Yes.
Well, I like my keyboard because not only does it have the big letters, but it has USB ports on the top.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Meaning
You have a
I don't
USB
have to go in back of the computer or in front of the computer and plug stuff in.
Yeah.
On both ends of the keyboard, I can plug a thumb drive in each one.
Yes.
That.
So how much did you pay for your keyboard?
I didn't pay anything for it.
Okay.
Everything that I got was free. And the reason I got it, it was from I Can't Connect.
Okay. Yes.
I got a question for Alex when I get a chance. Go ahead.
With that?
No, I got a question for Alex when you guys are done.
But the website you can go on is called Freedom Scientific, and that's where you get that's where you get the keywords. You just type in Zoom Cup keywords and it will show up.
I have a Logitech K400 Plus because it's a smaller keyboard. It's compact. It has the mouse integrated because how do you say? Sometimes I need to use it in bed as well. Yes.
That's the one with the onboard trackpad, if I remember correctly.
Yes. It has integrated trackpad. It's wireless, so I can use it in front of the computer. But the bed is like 3 meters away from the PC. Yes, so I can use it in the bed as well. Yes.
Yeah, I have one of those hooked up to my 65-inch Sony TV.
So, Josh, if you need another keyboard, I don't know what you're looking for, but I have this Acer that is so old, you probably can't even use it on your new build.
Oh my God! A PS2 connector.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. His motherboard does have one of those combo PS2s.
And if you really want to give this a shot, this was given to me years ago. Doggone, I can't see what I'm doing. This was given to me years ago. Logitech. I feel like I'm at the Feist. Never mind. And it says
750.
Yeah.
I can't see what I'm doing, damn it. K750. It's supposedly solar. I couldn't get it to work, but you're welcome to it if you want it.
Solar?
Yeah, it says right there, wireless solar keyboard.
Yeah, well, you got to give it enough light to charge up the batteries that are inside it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I did that. I set it out in the sun, and it kind of warped a little bit. I mean, it kind of got enough sun, but or at least I thought it did. I changed the batteries. I could never get it to work. So,
Well, talking about laptops, my wife had me order her one a $600 laptop. I remember that's when my laptop.
Yeah, I think the one I finally convinced my wife to buy was like $6.5.
Problem is, remember, this isn't a joke. She did get it. I got mine about 4 months ago. Mine has a i9 980 and a 3080 graphics card on the notebook.
Dear God.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And I told her it was 600. And the screen's pretty good too. 17 inch.
You mean
What, 3,000?
3,600? Yes.
There you go.
But you deducted the 3,000. Yes.
I told her Jim liked it because it's modern space.
This is the Zoom Cup keyboard that I use.
Now, Gary, that's an interesting story, and it relates to something that when I was actually working in the ham radio industry selling the equipment to people, I would frequently get guys who would come in with wads of cash, mostly in 20s, and they had been saving up for like 6 months or whatever the hell it was. So they would put a lot of cash on it on a ham radio setup, and like charge the card for like $600, and that way they could tell the wife it only cost $600.
Yeah, like
That was probably the case.
The keyboard that I have, it cost $143.
Zoom text keyboard. Okay.
Ian, what was your question?
And the thing I like about it is it controls the Zoom Cup as well. So all the F1 keys, they control the Zoom Cup.
Hey, Jeff.
Evening.
Evening.
hello, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me check my clock and see. Oh, yeah, it's only 7:30 in your neck of the woods.
I'm the latecomer since I'm on the West Coast, so this will probably be a perpetual state of affairs, and
Well,
that's okay.
technically, you're not on the West Coast. You're kind of in Las Vegas.
Well,
West Coast time zone, excuse me.
Yeah, West Coast.
Now, when California falls off into the ocean, then you're going to be on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Beachfront property. Whee!
My question, Alex, was you said earlier that you think a green screen would benefit the channel. I would like to hear your thoughts on how you think or what makes you think that the channel would benefit from a green screen.
Wait, let me interrupt.
Because you can put pictures and videos and stuff behind you.
I think you need a kitchen cabinet, personally.
Do what, Gary?
You need a kitchen cabinet to look at. Kitchen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can get the green screen and put a kitchen cabinet, put a picture of a kitchen cabinet on it.
I'd say $100.
I think 3 of us got that, maybe. I'm not sure.
I got it.
No, 4 of us then. Okay. I mean, I was just curious as to what makes you think that.
I got that.
5 of us. So let's go this route. Who didn't get the cabinet reference?
Hey, what about mine? Let's ask her.
I did.
I didn't. A cabinet and a stove.
All right, I'll put that to the top of the list. Current list. There's current list. I'll move it to the top.
Now you're talking like that.
More and more is scaring me.
Here, this is what you show on the green screen.
There you go.
Well, when we're not on the YouTube, we can show that, and we can even have music. But when we're streaming, we don't want to catch. Oh, speaking of that, I want to go see if I got my violation yet.
Hey, that's straight from the old Flamingo here in Las Vegas.
Hey, Jeff, did you get anything in the mail?
Have not looked at the mail today. I've been occupied with a sick wife and grandchildren and
Oh,
various
man.
and sundry things. I will check after we're done. I haven't been to the mailbox.
You might want to check your mailbox.
All right.
Not gonna say what it is.
All right.
So I have yet to catch a violation from when I played Mission Impossible for Alex the other night. That is amazing. I really thought I would have caught something on that.
Who wrote it?
Hey, Alex,
Yes.
would you put that would you put that SSD in my status bag?
I would not.
Okay. Would you put it in a Ziploc bag?
If it'll make it easier for you to carry it, yes.
Okay. Cause that's what's gonna have my data on it.
Thank you. Anyway, by the way, Gary, will help me out with the read receipt on Gmail.
You trying to send an email so you get a receipt on when they get it, Chris?
When they read it?
Yeah, I should have known to Google it, but I guess I'm just not thinking enough.
I mean, it works, but like I said, I keep mine turned off because I don't want you to know if I read it or not.
I got a little background music. I can get you a violation for
So the receiver of the email has control over that.
Yes, sir.
The re-receipt.
We talk about telemetry. I can't speak. Talk about Microsoft or whoever knowing what you're doing. You really want somebody that knows that you read their email? God.
I thought the sender could demand a receipt.
Yeah, and you can turn it off in Outlook anyway. I don't know about the rest of them.
Okay.
And with Outlook, you can also have it give you a message when somebody's asking for it.
I guess I'm saying some things you can see it in the preview without actually quote reading it.
Hey, Al, have you kept on the HP?
Do what?
Have you kept him on the HP at all?
Not today.
Hey, Alex, does Josh have enough to make a backup of the new computer he's getting?
Yes, Gary. He
Well,
does.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys thought about it. I would say it might be a good idea to do it before anything's touched on it.
Yes, Gary, I've already thought of that. Once Doug puts his, once Josh puts all his Zoom text and all his software on there, and Doug puts his remote logging in thing on there.
No. I'm saying it before you touch it. Because we know what Jim does is perfect. You're never going to have more perfect than that.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
I can't put all the crap on it and see if it works. Right now, you know it works.
Good idea. That's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, like the last pre-built I bought, first thing I did was make the backup CDs. And the second thing I did was strip out all of the crapware. And the third thing I did was make an image of that at that point without having done anything else. So, since Jim didn't install any crapware that we know of,
Well, it depends on how you define crapware.
Exactly.
well, I don't count the gigabyte app.
Well, I'm not talking about just the Gigabyte app. There's the what is it? The Start XP or whatever the heck it was. That
Oh, yeah, well, I would consider that crapware, yes. I'm sorry,
you
Josh.
know, just regular stuff.
That they compare crapware, to be honest with you.
But,
Oh, GeoWare.
but whenever you get it, if it's in the most undisturbed state that you're going to have it, that's an excellent time to make an image backup.
I agree.
Yes,
So,
I agree too, but before you may want to remove like Instagram, Spotify, Office, trial, blah, 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 the whole.
It's got those handmelds by Jim.
yeah, there's none of that stuff on there, so that's a good thing.
Yes, so that's what I do usually when I install Windows New.
Yep.
I take off everything that is not, well, basically not worth having, yes. So my, the start, I have Paint, I have settings, waterfox, calculator, photos, control panel, and steps recorder. Like, really, it has like 6 symbols on it, yes. And the rest, I take so many things away, and it's much better that way, because with Windows, less is more. Yes.
Well, I certainly believe that. I can tell you.
I think his aunt's image of her HP computer that we restored to the Dell was only like 56 gigs. And that's what I find to be the normal. After I fresh install Windows and put all my mom's stuff on there, it's usually about 60 gigs. So that's what I would consider to be a completed installation. You know, the space.
Yeah, but on this, you don't want the completed. You want the bare minimum. And if anything goes wrong, you can always go back and say, right when we started, it's good.
You know.
I mean, VLC, 3 days after I put one version out, put another out. 3 days, the first one was corrupt. If you had the first one, you got a mistake.
Professor, remind me to put the solid state drive back in here before I do this sucker up. Put the solid state drive out.
You're talking about the Dell.
Yeah.
You're going to get to your aunt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't touch it. We're going to be moving it tomorrow, and I don't want it knocking everything around.
Yeah, she should be happy with that.
Well, I'm not working on it tomorrow. I'm just taking it by my house just to get it out of my cart.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying she should be happy with it.
Are you looking her up tomorrow?
No. I agree that I don't have time. I don't trust FedEx ground. I want to drop it off and then just get right back there. You know what I mean? I don't trust them as far as I can pay them. My luck, I'll go down there and then they'll fill up. So I don't trust them. And I don't feel like waiting another day for my computer. So I will not be looking at tomorrow. Partly because I don't want to take this in a fight.
How long does it take you to your aunt's and back?
Not that long. Because we're leaving in the morning. I hate taking this damn in a fight because I have to leave back in through the winter time and shit. Excuse my language. But the $200 would be a whole lot easier to work.
That's done that way by design by Dell HP because they don't want you to get in their machine and upgrade anything or fix anything.
I don't know how we're going to get the box. I don't know how we're going to get the box open tomorrow because I don't have nothing to open up. You got to open the tape. So that would be interesting.
You don't think your caregiver would have something to open the box with?
Maybe, I don't know.
What are you doing? I mean, are you like throwing things around or
No, I
practicing?
took the FSD out of the gel
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't trust it bouncing around in there. And it's not secure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got a
No.
quick,
Go ahead, Jeff.
I have a technical question for some of our Windows gurus.
Well, we are on Tech Talk, so go right ahead.
Okay, I'm in the Windows features section of Control Panel. And I'm trying to figure out what I need to turn on if I want to be able to do virtual machines. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in here.
Hyper-V.
Yeah. Well, there's more than one virtual machine thing in here.
Shit. Never mind. You only want the first one, Hyper-V. That's it.
Yes.
There's some other stuff down here. One's called Virtual Machine Platform, and after that is thing called Windows Hypervisor Platform.
Totally different.
So normally wouldn't need those.
They have nothing to do with the virtual machine.
Really, so
Hyper-V.
it says the hypervisor platform enables virtualization software to run on the Windows hypervisor, whatever that is.
Yes. So you have Intel, yes?
Yes.
Okay, and you want to install VM VM player or VirtualBox or which?
Yeah, one of those. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I was assuming I have to enable some of this stuff first.
If you want to use Hyper-V, only thing you need to enable is Hyper-V in the program in the turn Windows features on or off. But if you want to use VirtualBox or VMware, you don't have to enable it.
Okay, so what do I need Hyper-V for? That's using Microsoft's virtual machine stuff?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, correct.
And you also need to,
If you're going to use something else, VMware, VirtualBox, you don't need to be full with any of that.
you do need to turn your chip on.
I never know how to get
And make sure that virtualization is enabled in your BIOS.
Right. Yeah, that I knew.
Hey, Jeff.
You were going to say something, Gary?
And that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Jeff, does that look familiar?
So, I need Hyper-V if I want to use Microsoft's
only see it, though.
virtualization. If I want to use somebody else's, I don't.
Correct.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
I've actually played with Hyper-V very, very briefly. I mean, if you want to run an older version of Windows, Hyper-V is probably all you would really need.
Okay.
But if you're doing something else like multiple operating systems, like Linux or whatever the hell,
Okay.
then yeah, you probably want to use something else.
And I don't know that. I'm not sure if you're using the subsystem for Linux. It is pretty good.
Yeah, I've played with the first version of that. I haven't tried the latest one, which is supposed to be much better, but I'll probably play with that later.
Yeah, the first version has graphics now. I mean, it's
Yeah, once upon a time in another incarnation, I was a Linux system administrator, so.
Jim,
All right, thank you guys.
Yes.
you're not shipping out overnight shipping, are you?
No. A regular UPS ground gets it from here to you in 2 days. There's no way I would spend that kind of money. You're talking about a couple $100 to ship the damn thing if I do that.
Okay.
I was told overnight with the time, but sometimes the time is same as 2 days anyway.
Yep. They did
But
away
it
with
is
their
though,
guaranteed
yeah.
time deliveries.
If you want to run Windows, if you want to test out Windows 11 on a virtual machine, in my experience, it doesn't work in VirtualBox or VMware. So if you want to run Windows 11, because the official Microsoft way, because of all the TPM and secure boot nonsense.
All right, well,
Put it
that's
in,
probably the last thing I'll run in a virtual machine. And Gary gave me a good reminder. I have a number of things that actually will run on Linux. All the big engineering software I have, which I could possibly use in consulting, runs on Windows, Linux, and Macintosh. So I have my choice of platforms. And I got copies of the software for all 3 kinds of operating systems for a single price. So we'll probably try the Windows subsystem for Linux if I really had to do something like that, although I'm not sure why I would want to.
That's only the command line. So if you needed a graphical,
well, actually, Alex,
The new version has some graphical stuff.
actually, the new version will run your whole thing just like you're putting it on a fresh machine. Because I'm running it.
But actually, I'm a command line sort of guy, so.
You can do command line if you're a drug it, not kidding. But yeah, you can command line.
You know, so back in the old days, before Windows really got going, all I ever wanted was a 32-bit DOS that I could use the complete address space and a compiler to go with it.
Fantasy boy.
Yes, I know. Well, I did use a couple of compilers that had DOS extenders, and that was almost as good.
Wacky was good back then.
Yeah, Watcom. In fact, I know a guy that still runs Watcom C and Fortran. And Leahy used to make a good Fortran compiler, and then all they do now is repackage stuff from GNU and charge you a little more money. So I buy a product called Simply Fortran. It has Fortran, C, and all the other GNU stuff in it. And the license for Windows was like $100. You know.
Okay, I've got something that I want to see how many people remember this one. The first multitasking I ever did was using Desk View.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember that.
And it
Josh,
ran
you
on
weren't
top of
even
something.
born.
And it ran on top of something called EMM 386.
You're not alone, Josh. I don't either.
I don't remember that.
It was out before you were born. Same with Alex, probably.
Well, anybody here ever run a Trash 80?
No, I never did.
Nope, I don't even remember
Radio
that.
Shack TRS 80 had 8-inch hard sector floppy disks for media.
I inherited in 1990 a mini computer, a whole shitload of mini computers that had those. IBM AS400s.
Speaking of things IBM, how many people besides me ever ran OS2? No, there's silence for you.
Seen
I
a lot
had
of
a good friend
hands.
that ran it and really liked it. I had a good friend at work that ran it. It was a great operating system in those days.
I've said
It's
it.
still around in some incarnation. I don't remember who it got sold to.
Yeah.
But who fell in love with Novell?
I ran Novell. Oh, I ran Novell as a server in my house for a number of years.
Jim, that was spelled DESQVIE, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Desk View. Yeah.
Desk View. Yep. Desk View, I think it was Desk View 386 in particular. That was the first thing I ever used to multitask.
And if by any chance you did want the coprocessor, you had to buy another chip. And for a while, the 387 had the 386 actually on it, so you had two of the same chips.
First coprocessor I had a 286 that ran at 8 megahertz. Had a 287 math coprocessor that instead of just plugging in, ran on a separate little card, and it ran at 12 megahertz.
And you didn't even have a fan, I bet.
Nope.
on your CPU, I mean.
Right, no. And it was made by a company called Microwave. And they also gave you, with the coprocessor, a whole pot full of hand-coded assembler language routines to do math efficiently on the 287, which you could call from Fortran, C, and maybe Pascal, BASIC.
We're scaring these kids nowadays. You know that, right?
Well, I can tell you that I skipped the 286 entirely. I don't exactly know how or why, but the first computer I built was the XT clone, which was running on an 8086, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, I held on to that for so long, by the time I was ready to replace it, the 386s were out. So I completely just went right past 286.
First 386 I had a board made by Papage. They're still in business selling video
capture stuff.
But it was a good board. It was expensive as hell, but the motherboard cost $1,500
Oh my God!
at the time.
Oh my God.
Okay, who remembers buying an Intel motherboard? Or did anybody buy one?
I know of them.
VXL 440, I think it was.
You know, the first motherboard I had, and this was at work. I don't remember who made the one I had at home, but the first motherboard I had at work was a 286 made by PCs Limited. Anybody know what that turned into?
No, I don't.
Dell.
Oh my God!
Oh.
PCs Limited was the company Michael Dell founded when he was still in college.
Yeah, warm room.
And it had a flaw in the thing so that the compilers I had at work wouldn't give the right answer. That's why I trashed it. Went to the 386 when it came out.
So the
And
question
that's
on
the
Dell is the farmer in the Dell?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I'm going to give a quick shout out.
In
Oh,
this
I get
case,
it. Earth humor.
Not really. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, so let me give some shout-outs out here. Greg Guy was one of the first ones in. Chris Garrett was there. Kenny Witten was with us. Matthew Camp. Tony Wallow. Zavi Menor.
All the way from Israel.
Yeah. And early in the morning, apparently. Kathy Anna Hauserman was there. Ida is there. Bob Whatchamacallit said hi. I appreciate him coming back. It's pretty good. Started out as a smart ass and become pretty good regular now. Robert was there. Alex was. Oh, wait a minute. We all know he's there. I think that's about everybody. So I am going to end the stream. Alex, what time shall we start tomorrow night?
Whatever time you want to, Ken.
Are you sure? I
told
mean,
you,
I don't want to.
Only day I affected. Only day I want you to change your nightly stream is Wednesday.
I'm just waiting for that.
Good Friday.
For the 18th time. Okay, so tomorrow night will be around 8 o'clock then. I've got Alex's permission, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining. I will end the stream. Huh? I'm trying to end the stream here. Yeah, Gary, go ahead.
You said a movie night. How about let's have the salad pop later?
Okay.
Okay, Friday we'll start later.
We might be. She's working. All right, guys, I'm going to end it. I don't have an outro yet, so bye.
Hey, Jim.